You really can't deny it anymore. You know, the fact that there's two aspects to this supposed country. There's two Americas. There's one regular America, and there's the overarching America, which has three Ks inset and whatnot. When I look at the past couple of days, and I see that another mass shooter has been taken alive, while over in another part of the country, in another state, a man was summarily executed. He was shot with, 90 rounds were shot at this guy, and he was hit with 60 of them. But the guy was unarmed and whatnot. They said they found a gun in the black guy's car, but no gun on his person. And they missed. They tried to tase him, but they missed with the taser. Some reports say the taser was unsuccessful. But there were a bunch of cops there, and they couldn't take down one guy except to fire over 90 rounds into his body. And you got a guy, another guy, another goofy guy, a mass shooter, not prompted by anything, not that that would be an excuse to take a human life. And he shot a bunch of people, including a toddler now, with a rifle, and a fucking and a senior citizen, an 85-year-old senior citizen, but he's alive today to face justice and whatnot. But the black guy who was just running away unarmed, supposed alleged gun left behind on the seat of the car, he gets 60 blasts to his body, turn him into a fucking piece of Swiss cheese. And now they're upset because now the city's on high alert because everybody's pissed off, and righteously so, about that murder, about that execution and shit. And then over here in Illinois, and they were reporting the shit as a Chicago rapper goes on a mass shooting spree, but they've since, dialed it back because he was a white dude, a young white guy, put some shit on Spotify. I don't know if that qualifies as him being a fucking rapper or shit, but that's what they're saying. They're calling him a rapper. Okay, he's a rapper and shit. I say as a straight black man, rap is dead. Rap is fucking dead. Dead as fuck. Alright, so you can have that rap shit. We'll just call it spoken word or something, like the real shit. Yeah, two Americas, man. Make it make sense and shit. And tell me why I should give a fuck. I'm Generation X, goddammit. I see a lot of shit, See a lot of these murders. I remember the original Rodney King shit and seeing that footage of them just whacking away at him. He's on his fucking knees, and those cops are just laying in those blows and shit, knocking him upside his fucking head all over the place. Motherfuckers like subdued. And they fucking him up. Just having a good old time and shit. And I feel the same way with this shit. Now, I don't give a fuck that the people over there making civil unrest and shit. Somebody need to do something and shit. Hey, I live in fucking Chi-Town, in the supposed embattled area and shit, in the home. That's as far as I'll go. But I'm just saying, I see police with all this military equipment and shit, and these utility vehicles as the patrol cars now, and all duded out, man. One time I had to call the cops about somebody fucking around on my back door, and like 9 cops showed up, and they wasn't fucking around. They had like a shotgun out with the damn light on it and shit. They was looking for somebody to blow away. Luckily, they didn't find that young lady. There was a female that was fucking around in the back. Nobody related to me or trying to get at me or nothing. I just thought it was shitty. Over here in Chicago, they always talk about all these shootings we have on the holiday weekends, like hundreds of shootings and shit. Don't seem like it was that much shootings, this particular, 4th of July, or July, as some people say, and I agree, But, when those shootings have occurred, we have these cops with all this ordnance and this high-tech equipment. They can't find one motherfucker that shot a bullet. Like, how the fuck you can't find one motherfucker that shot a bullet and shit? A couple of doors over, 2 women had a slap fight. 2 Hispanic women, 2 Latin women had a slap fight with each other, and 9 cop cars showed up and shit. With at least 4 people inside. They all got out and surrounded them like they was Al-Qaeda or some shit. But they can't find nobody commit a crime and shit, Now, personally, I've actually looked out my kitchen window and saw a dude popping off with a fucking Glock and shit down an alley and shit, And they didn't catch his ass either, because I see him habitually walking around. You know, it ain't no about no snitching and shit. But over here in the Chi, sometimes the cops the dirty mac you to the perp and shit. But well, old boy in this house said this shit, so they trying to get me fucked up. I'd rather just do street justice. Personally, if somebody come around fucking my house, they gonna be laid out. Metaphorically speaking. Yeah, every time one of these things happen and shit, I get this sharp contrast between black and white. I just think about it. I sit back and I say, what the fuck, right? What the fuck is do as I say, not as I do. Alright, do as I say, not as I do and shit. And these goofy ass white boys, these rich, entitled, had everything in life they could possibly want and shit, and they still crazy as fuck and going up doing shit like that shooter did in Highland Park. And then you got this brother over here, he trying to get the fuck out of there. He trying to break out and shit. You got a bunch of cops on his ass. Nobody, I guess they didn't feel like running. So they just blasted his ass, man. They murdered him. He's probably gonna get away with it and shit. Even though all the civil unrest and the bullshit, all this shit. Like, I wonder, I've never been a police officer, but when I was in the military, most of the people in my unit were police officers of high rank. When I was in the military, my last unit, I'm just wondering shit. I never asked these guys that, and I wish I had, because they were the most open, LAPD officers, that you could ever talk to. But I wonder, I wish I could have asked them why they never get mad at people like Derek Chauvin and Kim Potter and shit, and some of these other fucks. Why they never get mad at them for fucking up and shit. People are fucking sleep and shit. And then you got these motherfuckers with a perverse mind frame and shit. They just gotta murder somebody. Just gotta get their rocks off. Doing shit like what Derek Chauvin did, and these fuckers that shot this guy did. And you have to use Derek Chauvin as a litmus test, an example and shit, because you can go look at that footage and see him kneeling on this dude's neck for like 9 minutes or so. And he's looking at the people pleading with him to get off the dude's neck. The guy's already handcuffed and subdued. And he's kneeling there. He's getting a charge. He's getting a visceral, probably sexual charge out of murdering George Floyd's ass and shit. And I don't know why the cops ain't mad at him and shit. Like, I know they got that blue wall of silence and shit, but shouldn't somebody be like, hey, you fucked up? And put things in perspective and shit about, the two Americas and shit. When Chauvin was sentenced, his mother begged for mercy on the court, but she didn't never say shit to the families of George Floyd that he had killed and whatnot. She didn't talk to them directly or say anything about that. But she said, oh, my boy's a good... No, you made your boy... You did that to your boy. You fucked Derek Chauvin. Derek Chauvin fucked Derek Chauvin and shit. And these cops, they're going to get away with it. They're doing word salad and releasing selected image from the body cams. And I just think it's fucked up. And then you got this guy, the Highland shooter. He's sitting somewhere having a fucking juice box, probably some Burger King, waiting for his trial date. This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.